Good evening, folks. It's Harrison with Mainely Acres Farms, and thank you for joining us on day 4 of the product review. Sadly, guys, I don't have any more products to review with you guys. The last 2 products that I'd planned on shooting videos on did not arrive, so I had to change things up a little bit for the end of this week. So tonight's video is going to be talking about some things in regards to adding a motor to your Chinese sewing machine. So if you guys are interested in adding a motor to your machine, you're definitely not going to want to miss tonight's video. I've seen a lot of great YouTube videos out on different setups for the machine, so I want to talk about a few of those, talk about some of the different price points, and talk about what I feel is the best setup at the best price for this sewing machine. So we will get into that here shortly. So the first thing that I want to talk to you guys about, if you're interested in adding a motor to your machine, is to talk about some of the reasons why you should be interested in getting a motor for your machine. So if you guys are interested in having better control over your sewing projects and you want to make life a little bit easier for your sewing machine, but you're really not looking to haul butt with it, that is a perfect reason to get a motor and add it to your sewing machine. Now, if you're on the other side of the fence and you're looking to add a motor to your machine to be able to run it like a commercial sewing machine and run it at a very high rate of speed, I would really encourage you guys not to do that to your machine and go ahead and purchase a commercial sewing machine. Let's face it, guys, these machines were really never designed to run a motor on them, so I would not suggest running these at an RPMs that's going to be faster than what you could hand crank this machine at. The reason being is because these machines are roughly put together. The parts aren't really precision-made parts. There's a lot of slop and give in there. So once you start demanding this machine to push out a bunch of RPMs, you are going to greatly reduce the life of all the parts of the machine, and eventually you'll come to a point where it will no longer be able to sew for you guys. So I would really encourage you guys, if that's what you're looking for, to go ahead and buy one of those commercial machines that is already set up to do that function. So if you guys are interested in adding a motor to it and you just want to putt along and you want to compete with those commercial sewing machines but just not as fast, then you're definitely going to want to check out all these different motor options that are out there and some of the different mounting ways that we can mount these to the machine. So the first motor option that I want to talk with you guys about is the most popular motor option, which is the servo motor. The reason why a lot of people are gravitating to the servo motor instead of the old tried true clutch motor is because these servo motors are really kind on the electric bill, and they're also very easy to adjust by a simple control panel of dialing those RPMs down, so that way we're not destroying our machines. Their cousin, the clutch motor, the other style that you could look into getting, they're typically meant to run at a higher RPMs, and they're constantly running. So that's why they're kind of an energy hog, because they run off of a centrifugal clutch that comes into gauge when you pull on the pedal to call for it to run your sewing machine, and that's why it's wasting all that electricity, because it's constantly keeping that speed up, so that way when the clutch goes engages with it, it can be right up to speed and go right off to the races. Another reason why I would suggest going with the servo versus the clutch, because if you do go with the clutch, you are definitely going to have to add some pulleys to your machine to reduce that RPM down, which is going to drive up your whole cost of adding a motor to your machine. The last style that I want to talk about, which is pretty popular, is this really inexpensive style motor here that you can pick up on eBay or Amazon for like $30 or $60. I believe that's the price range that these fall in. The only problem with using a motor like that is they're not really designed to run a machine like this. This machine here requires a motor with a lot more torque and a lot less RPM, which is the exact opposite of what that motor is. That motor there is a high RPM, low torque motor, so you're going to have to add something in line to that motor to be able to run this machine effectively. And what I mean by that is you'll have to build some kind of a custom gearbox to allow you to adjust the gearing, so that way you can replace that high RPMs with high torque. or you're going to have to create some type of elaborate pulley system to be able to achieve the same thing that you could do in a gearbox. Now, the reason why I don't encourage that is because if you guys don't already have those parts or have ways to make those parts, it is going to run up in the same price range as buying one of these entry-level servo motors. And that's what I ran into when I was looking at ways to run this motor on the machine. And that's why I went ahead and went with the decision of this servo motor here instead of continuing trying to run it off of that one. So a couple different ways to attach a motor to your machine is to simply do like I did here, which I'll scan over and share with you, which is to simply use your hand crank as the pulley and run the servo motor directly off of that. Now, if you guys don't want to go through the headache of machining out your hand crank, there is a kit that you can buy out on the market where you can put a sleeve over this and run the same setup that I'm running here. And I'll leave the link down below in the description of where you guys can get that kit. The good thing about running your machine like this is that it's very cost effective. So the only money that you're out is the belt and this servo motor, which runs around $80 to $180, and that's the different price ranges that I found them in. And this is really simple to install. It just mounts underneath the table. You put your belt on and you're good to go. The one negative drawback to this setup is that you're locked into allowing all the RPM adjustments to be done on the motor, which can be done on some styles, but some styles struggle with them, like this one that I'm using here. So just be kind of aware of that if you do go with this style, you might run into issues of not being able to run your machine as slow as you would like to. So that's going to leave me over to the next style. Now, the next style I want to share with you guys, I've kind of already shared with you at the beginning of the week, which is the Schmoker Industries kit, which is going to allow you to run an extended drive shaft on your machine and a large 11-inch pulley on the rear of it, which is really going to allow you guys a lot more control over the RPMs that your motors are putting out. If you guys do decide to go with a clutch motor, you definitely are going to have to go with a kit like that where you can run a larger pulley on the rear of your machine to be able to bring those down. And I would recommend that kit with you as well if you are running a servo motor, especially one of these cheaper ones, because that's going to give you guys more of a range to play with in that motor, and you won't have to worry about it running too fast for your machine, or trying to have to do set screws and things like that on your motor to make sure that you don't engage that top speed and it go too fast for you. Another thing to keep in mind is the lubrication of the machine. If you are running a motor on your machine, just realize that you are going to have to increase the cleaning and lubricating on your machine, because they don't have a self-lubricating system like a lot of these commercial machines have, and you really do need to keep up with that lubrication or the life of your machine will be greatly reduced. So just some food for thought. I hope this video has helped you. If this video has helped you guys in deciding how to set up your sewing machine to run a motor on it, please give me a thumbs up and share the video. And as always, guys, take care, spend time with that family, and I will see you for that special video on Friday.